Also,
yeah. Welcome to the Macho Man Hour on the Macho Man Network, filmed on the Macho Man's cameras.
it's staying. That
That's
part
right,
is. I'm
dude.
not doing that, but
Oh, yeah. Keep it in! Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Collective Advantage, our general podcast. You know, it's a little different than our Bible study. We're just talking about random thoughts that we had prior to the episode. So we're going to get right into it.
what was that sniper thing you were talking about?
It's a crazy segue.
Well, I've been thinking about it this whole time in the back of my head.
So, between the years of like 92 and 95, there was a conflict in Bosnia.
Yeah.
Where like, kind of like the Balkans has always been like a tumultuous area.
Yeah.
Where they kind of had like this civil war going on, and it was like the Bosnians and the Serbs, and they had this big conflict. But anyway, in the city of Sarajevo, there was like a lot of fighting going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how they figured this out, but there was always like allegations that like a third party was bringing rich people in, and they would like sit on the top of the hill
Yeah.
and just pluck people off.
Oh,
Like they were like
yeah.
paying like a charter hunting
yes,
trip to
yeah,
go
yeah,
and
yeah.
like kill people in the streets of Sarajevo.
You know that still happens now, don't you?
Is this real?
I believe it.
They did it in
It's
Somalia.
100% real.
It was for real. This was like a real headline a few months ago.
Yeah.
They're
You got
doing
to
it
pay
in
to be
Somalia.
a part of this? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much
So the allegation is that it
Yeah.
was like 80 to 100,000 euros at the time.
Yeah.
And like there's still an investigation going on. Just last month, Italy had come out and said that they like had identified a suspect, but never like released a name or anything. But they're like
Yeah.
actively investigating like some rich guy in Italy for paying to hunt people, like citizens, civilians, just walking down the street doing their like daily thing. They even said like some of them shot like kids.
That's pretty crazy.
Like, you imagine, dude, like you're in a war-torn country just minding your business, and some rich prick blows your head off with a 30-06.
Which is insane. That is
crazy.
I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't
mean-
imagine being so screwed in the head
Yeah.
that you would do something like that. Which I mean, there's people obviously who are mentally unstable and whatnot.
But like, that sounds like something out of like an action movie. Like, it's like a James Bond villain level of evil.
Well, it's like, have you ever read that book, The Most Dangerous Game?
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
like
haven't
that.
read it, but I'm familiar with
Yeah,
it.
there was a movie too. I
Yeah.
think like an old movie, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
The dude freaking has people come and hunts them.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's believable.
Yeah, it's real.
I mean, you can believe it because it's the sex trafficking in children. I mean, I feel like that's worse.
yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And they do that. So it's like, I don't
Pretty
know,
wild.
man.
Well, that just goes to show you that the world's not getting any better as the time goes on.
Mhm.
It also makes me wonder, like in the times of Noah, like how bad was it for him to be like,
Must have
all
been
right,
crazy.
I'm just flooding the whole thing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for him to be like, oh, I'm just gonna reset this thing.
It's also crazy, like when you read like the account there, like it said that like they mourned the heart of God because their thoughts were only evil all the time.
Yeah.
Like you don't have like you go through your whole day without one righteous thought. Every man on the face of the planet,
Yeah.
except Noah, went their whole day, never thought even close to a righteous thought.
Which is insane. Could you imagine the like agony and torment that you're feeling as an individual because everything you think is bad all the time and you may not even realize it?
It's insane. It's crazy to think there's people like that today. Like obviously not everybody's like that,
Yeah.
but there are people who like go their whole day and probably don't think like one positive thing.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like what it makes me think about is like I really want to know how bad it was then. Because like we look at how bad it is now.
I'd like to know how close we are to that.
Ooh. Pretty darn, probably. I really don't know.
Nah, I think
saw a
there's
video
still a lot of
today.
good people, dude.
I saw a video today talking about like, I mean, there's always like 9,000 different this is the Antichrist, this is that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those
Eh,
videos
but-
drive me crazy a
But
little
it's
bit.
like some of them are pretty convincing. You know what I mean? But this guy wasn't talking about a
There's-
specific individual.
There's one specific guy that I can maybe see an argument for, but we don't need to go into it.
No, but what I'm saying is it's like you never know. Like it could literally be tomorrow that all of the accounts of Revelation happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're breaking seals now.
I don't know. I can't say one way or the other
I really don't. I mean, like none of us know, but
because
at the
people have
same
been
time-
saying that for hundreds of years.
Well, and I feel like there's always a
Thousands,
situation
really.
going on that fits.
Yeah, there's no timeline
there.
though, so
Yeah.
that's that whole process could take hundreds of years.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Which some people will argue that we're in tribulation now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But
I don't know.
I feel like we'd be pretty sure. You know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't.
Mug
I don't
say
know.
you're gonna come like a thief in the night, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty crazy about the sniper deal. Where was it? What'd you say it was called? Sniper or what?
The Sarajevo Sniper Safari.
So it's called a safari because they're hunting.
Yeah,
people.
because it's like a safari. Like you just take a trip, pay your 100,000 euros. They give you a rifle, and you go, I think I'll pick that lady there.
That's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy that people can just ride around and shoot people like that. Do you remember? I want to say it was like in the 90s, maybe.
Mhm.
I think it was DC.
The
I can't
DC
remember.
area sniper.
Was it the person
The guy
that was
in the
shooting
trunk?
out of the the
Yeah,
back
he
of
had
the car?
He had like a 14-year-old boy with him too, who was training to be like his like apprentice.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like he just happened to get caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody happened to see muzzle flash coming from a trunk.
Which is insane. Like, dude, you
That's
just
also
never
like
know.
a report that I don't think any like hardly anybody would follow up on that. I'd be like, yeah, dude, you saw a muzzle flash from a truck. Get out of here.
Well, I mean, I think it'd be pretty self-explanatory because somebody would be struck with a bullet afterwards.
All right, but think about it like reasonably.
But we're talking
like,
about
we're in-
actual events that happened
You've
where
been to
people were killed.
DC. Yeah, but you've been to DC.
Yeah, but nobody was
So-
killed.
But it's a crowded city, lots of places that a sniper could shoot somebody from. Let's say somebody gets shot.
Yeah.
How many calls do we get when
okay.
somebody
Yeah, I
gets
get what
shot?
you're
And they
saying.
go,
I get what
think
you're saying.
the one time we had a manhunt, how many people called in and said, like,
Oh yeah.
I saw him over here. I saw him walking this way. I think I saw him. Dude, there's no way I'm believing I saw muzzle flash from the trunk of a car.
I get what you're saying. I'm picking it up. But you just said something that reminded me too, and it kind of goes back to what you were saying, where you were talking about like the public's perception, or not perception, but like knowledge on like how to respond to things.
Mhm.
What surprised me when that happened exactly was the amount of people, and I understand what they're trying to do. I get it. They're trying to help.
Yeah.
But the amount of people when
And
we're
I
going
appreciate
around,
that.
but people have got to be better educated to shelter inside their home and not stand in the freaking yard with an AR. That's probably not a smart thing to do when
Yeah.
every cop and anywhere around
Yeah.
here is looking for somebody.
Yeah, there was some.
You know what I mean? Which dude, like I remember before I got into this work, like I was at my buddy's house and one of the guys, he's on day shift right now, is chasing a car. He's still a brand new cop. He's chasing a car up Nebo Road, and I'm standing on the front porch of this house. Dude freaking wrecks out right in front of my buddy's house. And I'm like, huh. Dude jumps out of the cruiser, chases him on foot, runs past the porch, and I'm just standing here like, this is crazy. And then he, hits him with the taser. He drops. I say, dude, do you need anything? And at the time, I'm like maybe 18, 19, standing on my buddy's porch. And like, I was like, this is wild. And the dude's on the ground. I mean, we're talking fried like a tater, son. Like he's getting, every time he moves to get up. This guy, and if I told you who it was, you would understand why they kept doing that. But it's like, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I'm watching something I see on cops at the time, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, sick. Didn't even register that this guy could have done whatever.
Well, that's like every time you watch, just about every time you watch an officer involved shooting, like body cam.
Yeah.
just look at the background. Look at all the civilians just standing there, and you'll see like the moment it goes from like a semi-normal encounter to maybe a fist fight, and all of a sudden it's a shooting, and like the average civilian doesn't understand how fast something can go from a super normal encounter to there's bullets flying in every direction.
Yeah.
And
it's
it
just
might
a
be
matter of
ours, it might
seconds.
be theirs. Like, I know we're trained to try to like not shoot bystanders.
Yeah.
But there's no saying that this guy who's trying to kill us might get you.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I get the lights and everything, and you want to see what's going on, but like, I'd really love if people start to kind of,
well, it's just
make some space,
like public awareness.
Yeah.
Be aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
That fixes what you were talking about. That fixes this. That fixes the girl on the train. Maybe not fixes it, but it certainly would have helped. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because that girl was probably going to die anyways in that metro, as much blood as there was. But at least somebody could have, like
Who
you said, they
knows?
could have ran over there and like held pressure on it or whatever. You never know.
If somebody just knew to hold pressure and then some like real basic shock treatment, there's no telling if she would have lived or not.
Yeah.
Who knows?
She could have.
You know, somebody would have held pressure, elevated her legs, wrapped her in a jacket or a blanket or something. You know,
Yeah. Or anything.
keep the body temperature up.
Anything other than just stand there and look at her, dude.
Yeah.
That's the, like, is it disturbing when she gets stabbed? Yes. And the dude just, like, there's a different kind of gut wrenching when you see this dude just walk off of the train.
Past grown men.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
capable of
also,
fighting.
it's also only by the grace of God that he didn't stab 2, 3, 4, 17, 29 more people in that train.
Yeah.
Because you can watch the video, you see nobody's going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
How many people could he have stabbed?
That's all it takes.
You're in
is
a
him.
confined space that you can't get out of with a psycho with a knife.
And you're just standing there watching him.
And like, I get, we don't necessarily want to tell people that they have a responsibility or it's a good idea to put yourself in danger. But to me, I'm in a confined space that I can't get out of with a maniac with a knife. It's on.
Well, as a man, you have a natural obligation to protect human life. Regardless of whether we think it's right, or we're not saying like shoot everybody or stab everybody, or there's got to be something in you that says I have to stop this or at least try. And I think some of it comes from the fact of like the dude in New York, for instance. I think he was prior Navy SEAL, maybe.
The Marine Daniel Penny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
does his thing, stops somebody,
And then he ends up on trial for it.
Exactly. So it's like, what of this reaction from the public are we breeding ourselves? Not us, but
Yeah, but that's you got to look at the area and the color of people's skin.
but-
it's
and-
all
well,
bullshit.
and I understand
it's
that.
bull crap, is what it is.
dude that stabbed a girl, white girl, black dude.
Yeah,
It's the perception that's put on us, right?
It's
we're-
the games. It's the politic games, is what it is.
Yeah. Just like we were talking about last week, manufactured hatred.
Yeah.
Everybody either hates somebody or doesn't want to do anything because of the way they look,
Mm-hmm.
which is insane. Not that we're pissed off about it, but
Well,
dude,
we could stop that. I mean, we could stop that from happening too. No, we don't accept that. Turn it off. They don't
but
get
everybody's
views.
worried about being the one guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to say anything or do anything. Everybody kind of says something now. Like, they'll go on Facebook and freaking lay out their comment. But really, I mean, it's just like you're behind a keyboard, right? Like right now we're behind these cameras, and it's all three of us know that if we're in an incident or something, we're going to do what we have to do.
Mm-hmm.
We know that because we know each other, but we could be lying to these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's crazy. People have got to start to see that normal everyday citizens are the difference.
Yeah.
There's no politician. There's no cop, unless he just happens to be right there, that's going to come save you. If we get the call, we're going to be there 100%.
Yeah.
But we can't be there 100% of the time when it happens.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, do you remember when Mark Wahlberg went on the news after 9/11? He's like, if I was on that plane, it would have went down different.
Yeah, he would have got killed first, and then it would have happened.
I prefer somebody that
I like that mentality.
At
Yeah.
least he's an actor. and formerly a singer. Probably not as tough as a guy as he acts like in the movie Shooter. But
He's pretty yoked though.
what does yoked have to do with it?
He's in good shape. At least he's
Yeah. At
Right,
least
right.
he's ready to
he's
go.
got the physical capabilities.
But
Yeah.
where I'm going with this is I'd rather have somebody who could at least like BS themselves enough to think that that's a smart thing to say on camera. And like I think he really believed he would have done something. And I like that way better than somebody goes, oh, you know, he's not brave enough to do that. Because I know I'm not brave enough to do that. Like the feminization of people who
Of men. Yeah.
Yeah.
who have to like play this mental game of like Mark Wahlberg shouldn't say that because he wasn't there and he doesn't know, and like I would never say something like that because that's stupid, and like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
You're acting like a woman.
Yeah. Man, we are gonna get some engagement on this one.
I don't know. I've always appreciated that mentality too, growing up. And
100%.
It's like
Yeah.
an old papaw, and he's like 96 pounds, and he's like, I ain't gonna take that. I'll punch him right in his mouth, and he'll probably get his butt whooped. But he
What do the
probably would
people-
also
but-
punch him in his mouth.
What do the people that know that old man say?
Yeah, they're like, he probably would punch
Don't
you in your
mess with
mouth.
that dude. He'll blow your head off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like that used to be like we grew up watching movies like Die Hard. You know what I mean? Where it's
Yeah.
like badass to kick ass and do what you should be doing. Not that that's like a superhero movie, but
It
like
kind of is,
You
and
know
it's,
what I
good, it's the best Christmas movie also.
It
For
is.
sure. But like, look at like our stars back then. Like when I was a kid, I was watching like Bruce Willis and like Arnold Schwarzenegger and like these dudes that were bad to the bone.
or at least they were portrayed to be bad to the bone. Yes.
Yeah,
Well, these characters that they played. Like when you look
Yeah.
at like Predator, I wanted to be Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator so bad. You know?
yeah. Rocky from Sylvester.
Yeah.
From Sylvester
we
Stallone
have
from
now, though?
Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the most famous men that kids are growing up with now.
Oh yeah.
You think your son or my son wants to grow up and be like Timothy Chalamet?
I don't know
Get
who
the
that-
hell
I
out
don't
of
know who
here,
that is.
dude.
I don't know who that is either. Who is that?
The guy from Dune.
From
So-
Dune. Oh, Dune. Yes.
Oh, the guy that kind of looks like a B movie Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a character from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
yeah.
I don't know why we're roasting that
Yeah.
guy, but I'm with it.
No, I get it. I get what you mean. That's why my kids watch Terminal List. No, I'm just kidding. They don't.
Dude, Chris Pratt rules. He is,
Yeah,
I
Chris
think,
Pratt's
a pretty
cool.
decent
Yeah.
example of like sort of the modern version of what we had back then.
He also
Yeah.
sticks to his guns as far as I've seen. Like
Yeah.
with his beliefs.
Yeah.
Christian talks about God, not ashamed of it. Went
I
up
don't-
in
I
front of
don't
like
pay
an
enough
award show
attention
full of people.
To the like actors and stuff as I should, I guess.
I mean, it's just bread and circuses, really.
I wish I understood that reference.
So, bread and circus is a term I believe it originated with like Nero when he was running like the Roman Empire. But he said that if you give people bread and circuses, they'll never revolt because they're not hungry and they're entertained.
Yeah. It's just stuff to occupy their time, their brain.
just keep you distracted.
Keep them from noticing there's a whole bunch of them and very few of the higher up elites.
Yeah,
But yeah, dude, I wish they'd bring back more badass movies. Like,
yeah.
what was one that I just watched recently? Not a good segue. Don't remember.
Sicario is a pretty modern one that I think
That was pretty
rules, dude.
Yeah, that one goes pretty hard.
Sicario is awesome.
cool. The Rip, that one's cool.
I ain't
I haven't
that
seen that one. I heard it was good though.
It's really good. Really
It's
good.
Matt Damon and
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Yeah,
Oh, I started watching that, but I didn't finish it.
It's really good. I liked it a lot.
Jason Bourne was a cool character.
No, yeah, that's the one. They're cops.
Yeah.
Yes, that movie was badass.
Yeah.
Yes, I did watch that. That
Yeah.
was good. That was good. Especially the whole spin. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't expecting it, and usually you can. That's what I liked about that movie is you could like you knew you thought you knew, but you really had no idea.
Yeah. It leads you to believe you think you know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. But you do not.
There was another movie that I watched. I don't. Not that it really. I mean, yeah. So we'll talk about movies for a second, but it's a newer Leonardo DiCaprio movie. I don't remember what it's called. It's like a day and something.
Yeah. One battle after the other. I watched that too.
Oh, that
Dude,
movie was
that
awful.
movie-
It's very.
What? I thought it was good.
It's a good movie. It kind of puts you in like the headspace of what people think is going on right now. For me. It was like
Yes,
it's like
yes.
it's like being a fly on the wall in like a super ultra liberal belief.
Yes.
That's kind of what it seemed like to me. I was just
Yeah.
like, this is wild. Like they
Yeah.
think that they're
You didn't
these-
think that was a good movie?
No.
because you disagreed with the belief system, or I mean, I don't
I
agree with
felt
what
like-
they're fighting for, but
No, I don't either.
it's like a eye-opening. Like there's people that probably really. This is what I imagine Antifa members would believe.
yes.
Well, it felt like the movie couldn't decide what it wanted to be. Because, like, a lot of it was obviously satire.
mm-hmm.
And I just feel like it's the coward's choice to, like, not really pick a side. Because it obviously made fun of, like, you know, the kind of, like, effeminate, like, loser character that Leonardo DiCaprio played.
Yeah.
But then you have like this other caricature of like some kind of like fascist, like the character that Sean Penn played.
The ice
Mhm.
guy.
It's like the way it kind of like played both sides. I don't know. It felt like the coward's choice.
I think they picked super liberal for that.
But I feel like it also like I don't know if we were supposed to take Leonardo DiCaprio's character seriously.
Yeah.
Because he also seemed like a loser, but that could be my lack of media literacy. Because maybe like they really believed that like they were making Leonardo DiCaprio a cool character.
I don't think he was supposed to be a cool character.
I think he was just a dude that knew, like a little hipster dude that knew
Yeah.
a lot about blowing stuff up,
Yeah.
and he was part of the revolution, like these people's civil war against their ultra fascist government.
Yeah.
And then
Well, and it wasn't.
He has
even-
his-
Oh yeah, it was. Never
he
mind.
has his kid, and he moves on, and he's like, you know,
He grows
grows
up.
up.
Yeah.
and he's like, I mean, you know, I still don't really like the government and everything, but I'm past all that child nonsense. And
Yeah.
and then he goes back, and my favorite scene was where he's like arguing with the dude on the phone. He's like, dude, I don't remember your stupid code. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm telling you who I am. Just
Yeah.
tell me where I need to go, dude.
Yeah.
With that dirt, that like, you could just picture what the dude looked like, just a faggy old guy. You could picture him, and then
Yeah.
he looked just like what you were thinking. You're like, what
Yeah.
a dweeb.
Yeah.
Like
I just thought it was. I thought the movie was like, just told the story they were trying to get across well.
I'm glad you liked it.
I just thought it was a good movie.
I thought it was a good movie too. When I watched it, I was thinking, like,
You don't have to agree with what they're doing.
yeah, I
You know
thought,
what I mean?
I thought this must be what it's like to be somebody that really, really believes that they're fighting for the freedom of innocent immigrants and all that bullcrap.
Yeah.
They're probably this radical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's some people like that.
There's no. I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's like, I mean, I think they're crazy as hell, but it's wild. It's just wild to see.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool that Sean Penn had a MCX.
That was neat.
Yeah, cool gun.
Speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio, so in Django, right?
Yeah.
When he has the skull, he figures out what they're doing, that they're trying to get old girl because that's his wife and blah, blah, blah. And he's talking about submissiveness and stuff.
Yeah.
That was a legit science.
Yeah. That wasn't like movie like BS. Like that was something like people actually believed back then.
Yeah. It's called phrenology,
Yeah.
right?
I don't remember this scene.
So essentially what happens, you know the movie, right?
Yeah.
Django.
Yeah.
It's whenever they go back and he figures out that whatever her name is,
Brunhilde
is Django's wife. Like they understand they're giving him the old switcheroo,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets pissed off about it. And he grabs that skull and busts it with a hammer, and he says, "You see this little thing right here? That this was a slave's whatever, and they have this little thing, this little indention in their skull, which makes them submissive." Basically, is what he says.
Okay.
But that was a real thing. the study of like indentions on the skull or facial structure and things like that. They thought they could like study the way something looks to determine somebody's behavior.
Ah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, funny story for that. Not funny. It's kind of weird. And let me get the right year. Right. So this is the Diogo Alves guy I was telling you about.
Okay.
So this cat is from Portugal, and around 1840s, this guy, he gets into a line of work where he's with a lot of like higher influential people, right? Like he's in their homes. I don't know if he cleaned them or what he did, but he was working with these people. So he ended up becoming like a criminal or a career criminal, excuse me, that robs all of these people. So he would commit these robberies and things of these like higher elite people and would just shove them off of a bridge and kill them, right? He took them all to the same place. He ended up killing 70 people.
No way.
Yeah. So this is Portugal's like first like serial killer that we would refer to of the day. So, but what's crazy is he ends up like weaning his way and through the world and like establishes a gang, becomes a leader. That's how they ended up figuring out who he was. So yeah, it's crazy that he was a serial killer, but what's even crazier is they narrow him down to like, okay, it's this guy that's leading all this, and they go and get them all. They hook up the whole gang, whatever, and they execute this cat.
Mm-hmm.
But once I tell, like you probably know this because I feel like it's somewhere locked into that little vault of fun facts. But like they execute this dude, and the phrenologists of the day are like, we need to study this guy, so they preserve his head in a jar. And it's still it's still in a university today. Look at this. That's dude's head today. From 1841.
He's very ugly.
Dude, that is insane. Look at that. That's creepy. Yes. Right? We'll put the picture up here for you guys. But dude, look at that. That's still in a university.
That doesn't even look real.
Yeah, but it's a real head.
I think that proves that scientists are weird.
Yeah, not all of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I just thought that story was crazy, dude.
Pretty much
all. I was thinking, yeah, probably all of them.
It's just weird to me that there's a study like that where somebody thinks that the way somebody looks can dictate what their actions are going to be. I know that's different than like today, the way it's perceived.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was absolutely insane because old boy's head is in a jar currently, and he died in 1841.
He looks pretty good for 1841. I don't know what like chemicals they put in there, but like it's pretty well preserved.
Well, and it just depends. I mean, there's stuff that's going to preserve your body or could. Like, and then a lot of it's the environment that it's in, which that's in some sort of yellow magic jar thing.
I bet that's maintained. Like they probably change it out or something.
I'd hate to be the dude that does.
Well, like cleaning a fish tank?
Yeah, can you imagine that's your job,
When his little face meat from the inside just kind of floats up to the top, they probably like fish net it out or something.
Can you imagine being the guy who drew the short straw? Go in there and clean old Diogo's head.
No.
Shoot.
The janitor ain't doing that. He's like, hell no, y'all.
No.
Y'all can clean that. I'm not doing that.
It's just straight. Like, what's crazy to me is somebody had to cut that off. Somebody had to cut that dude's head off.
A scientist.
I mean, maybe like, 1841, you think they might have gave him the guillotine?
Well, I mean, it would be weird if they gave him a guillotine after he was executed by hanging.
Oh, did you say that? I didn't catch that part.
Oh, you just said executed.
By hanging.
Okay.
So, do you know who Brian McGinnis is? I also wanted to talk about this real quick. It'll be really quick.
No.
So, I know you saw the video because I sent it to you. So, he is a Marine veteran. Right, he was the one that was there whenever the IDF and all of that was like killing refugees supposedly, like Israel was killing the Palestinians or whatever, and he's the one. He's the one who reported it, like the American Marine, right?
Yeah.
So he goes into this
reported it like as a news personnel or like tattled.
I guess he tattled.
Okay.
Or whatever. I don't know. But he goes to a senator. Just kidding. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it was a senator.
Yeah. It was a committee hearing the 4th, like just a couple days ago.
Is this the one that broke his arm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, was that crazy or what?
Well, the way I heard this story was totally different. Had nothing. I didn't hear anything about that part of it.
Well, that's the backstory, right? That's who this guy was. Like,
I also was unaware of the backstory.
Yeah, he was. That didn't have anything to do with this specifically, But
I
he
mean, it
was the
kind of
one.
does.
The way
Yeah.
the context that I heard about this was he was in there to protest against us invading Iran or going to war with Iran, going into a conflict with the Middle East again.
Well, and he was.
The senator that he's arguing is another Navy SEAL scumbag guy running for some sort of
Yeah,
government position.
I don't remember who it was.
like old eye patchy.
Yeah. What was that guy's name?
Arg,
Dan
maybe.
Crenshaw?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, so he goes in there and he is protesting sort of. So he stands up and says, we don't want to go to war for Israel.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to go to Iran again. We're not going to fight for Israel. We shouldn't be fighting for Israel. Have you seen the video?
I just saw bits and pieces where the two cops are taking him out, and then the senator
Yeah.
takes it upon himself to try to help the cops, like they didn't have it under control or something like
Yes.
that. And then, his arm gets broken.
His arm
in the
gets
door.
hung in a door.
Yeah,
They said that the dude slammed the door on it and broke it. That's not what happened.
Right.
You watch the video.
he's coming out, and it looked like his elbow kind of got hung
Well,
up on
so
it. but
the doors open like this,
Yeah.
right? Like it's really weird how they open. And they were taking him out of this one, and he opens this one, and it shuts back on him. So when it shuts back, this one like cantilevers in behind it, and his hand goes in there, and they're trying to pull him out, and the senator like runs up and grabs him, and that's when it goes pow, like all that extra weight just pops his arm.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's a nasty sound. You can hear it.
yeah, it's very obvious that it breaks a dude's arm,
Yeah.
but it's ridiculous that it even has to get to that. And what got me was the rapid response. Like, so he says it. He just stands up and says, we don't want to go to war with Israel. Our military shouldn't be doing this, blah, blah. Dude, they are extracting, bro.
It seems like
there
they
was
were
no
waiting on
like,
him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see the whole video. I saw like pictures and
Mhm.
like I saw bits. I saw the part of the video where they grab him and they're taking him out. I don't know what he was talking about before. Was he being belligerent?
No.
Did he need to be removed for
so like,
performing his First Amendment right?
so he's sitting down, right? And you can kind of see like him sit, like you can see the outline of a Marine uniform. You know what I mean?
Those blues.
Yeah. And he stands up. They're talking or whatever. And he stands up. Now, he is loud. He's not like, hey, guys, we shouldn't be doing this. He's like, we don't need to be going to war with Israel.
Protesting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, before he even gets the second sentence out, they're on him. There was no like, hey, dude, relax. Let's go. You need to leave. They were sucking him. It was like extracting somebody out of a car.
It makes me wonder if he hadn't already like stood up and like.
Well, they
made a
knew who
scene
he
once.
was. They knew who he was.
Yeah.
Because he stood up against him whenever he alleged that.
He was running against him.
Yeah.
He's also running for Senate or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever they're running for.
Yes.
So,
But I just thought it was crazy that like there was no like, I guess you'd say de-escalation, right? Or like no attempt at like, hey, dude, this is not the time for this.
that's because some people just say yes, sir, and they do what they're told.
Which is crazy.
Because that's one of those, hey, this guy's here. If he bucks up and he starts talking, get him out. But I'm going to say no.
Well, and you could tell
No,
instantly those guys were waiting on that, like you said. They might not have been waiting on like planning to attack him, which they didn't attack him. You know what I mean? They didn't hit him or anything. They just pull him out. And it's like they couldn't have been more ready to jump on that dude.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I mean? Like it was very obvious that they were waiting for homeboy to do something.
We get so used to, this can be separate from those two cops. I don't know anything about them or what.
Yeah, I
what
don't
they
know
were
anything
told to
about 'em
do.
either.
But I'll say that we get so used to people throwing things in our face that we don't care anymore. But there shouldn't be a time where combat veterans, especially GWAT combat veterans like that guy, the Global War on Terrorism, a war that he probably doesn't want his freaking children to go back into.
Exactly. Well,
'Cause
and
I
he
know
says that
I
we
don't
don't
really.
want our children fighting your war for Israel.
My
That's what he
son's
said.
7 years away. The last one lasted 25 years.
Yeah.
So I don't want my son to go back over there just for them to end up giving it all back to the Taliban or whoever in the end anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't blame him. I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm not, protesting against all war. Sometimes we got to kill bad people
Yeah.
for good causes. And I'm with that. But, if there was more transparency in all of this, then maybe I would be a little more, heck yeah, let's do it. Let's blow them all to pieces. But
Well, and I feel like if it was more transparency, it'd just be lies anyway.
you don't know what to believe anymore because
That's what I'm saying.
Between the news, politicians really lying to us, genuinely lying to us, and then, you know, how long ago was the last time when we blew up all of Iran's nuclear capabilities? I know we talked about this last time, but that just happened, right?
Yeah,
we
pretty recently.
We just blew up their nuclear capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Now Israel says they've got nuclear capabilities, so we go back and blow up more stuff. Even though we already did that, didn't we? Well, then,
Yeah. See, but now their argument now is like, we don't think they have it, but we're going to make sure that they don't have it.
well, that was that's how the argument changed.
yeah.
But then the last time the dude that's always talking, I cannot remember his name or his position. It's not Trump or Hegseth, but it's some other white dude with black hair. I don't know.
Rubio? Is that who you're talking about?
Rubio.
Marco Rubio?
Yeah. Did you hear his excuse?
No.
His excuse is that we knew Israel was going to attack. Iran previously threatened that if anyone attacked them, they would blow up our bases over there. So we preemptively hit them knowing Israel was going to do it anyways. So it's like, pick one. If you told me that from the beginning, I would have been like, okay, that makes sense. Tactically, that's a wise decision.
Yes.
Well, also, like, if a country's our greatest ally, why would they put us in that position and twist our arm into attacking someone?
I don't know. It depends on what you consider greatest ally.
I mean, greatest ally. You know, like, that's the talking point on the news. They're always talking about they're our greatest ally. They give us all the information that we act on in the Middle East. Like, come on, dude.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not fully against Israel or fully with them or whatever. I don't know. They can be doing whatever they think's best for their country. I understand
the
that.
thing too, though, is it's just like here. There's the government of Israel and there's the people of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
The people of Israel, you probably stand with the people of Israel, the people that live there, right?
I don't trust any government at this point.
How would you feel, right? And I'm not saying we're getting in feelings of how they feel we should care about, But what I'm saying is perspective-wise, there's somebody who will see that you're an American and think you are exactly like Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people that think we're just like Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz and all of these people, and we're not. That's the thing is like, but what do we see about Israel? What they want us to see. You know what I mean? I don't have any buddies in Israel, so I can't be like, dude, what's really going on? It could be totally fine. Because it's like you were saying last week on some stuff, some issues we were talking about. You're like, well, we're blessed in this area. We don't have to deal with that.
Right.
And most of the country is pretty much like that, where it's like individualistic. Like people can be their own person and nobody really cares and everybody gets along and different. Like when we went to the micro wrestling, that place is full of all kinds of different people, right? Gathering around watching
tourist area. Yeah.
And it's like, there's no arguments, there's no fights. So a large portion of me believes that's how the rest of the world has to be.
Most people don't care about you or what you're doing. They're worried about, I'm here to have a good time and watch some midgets fight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just.
You can't say that with a straight face, but I can.
This face is never not straight, baby. But yeah, dude, that's what I'm getting at. Is like everybody wants to get up in arms like, oh, Israel this and freaking Iran and all this crap. And it's like, I wish we could have a real representative of the people's opinion. The people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not. It's always like, well, dude, you do this, I'll invest in this company, I own this one. So if we bomb these people, then my stocks will go up and we can sell this much and we'll have to replenish this and this guy will give us some money back. And now, do I have facts on all that? No, but
it seems that way sometimes.
Yes,
it's believable.
Yeah,
it's like, but going back to Israel, they made a decision and it ended up worse for them because they're a lot closer and their missiles are hitting their country.
Yeah. Now I did see those videos, but I mean, it's just like anything else. What's real and what's not on those videos?
I think some of the videos of them getting blown up are real.
Well, they would have to be real.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, you don't know that though. You don't know that for sure. They're all grainy videos. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we're in a whole different kind of war. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I know. I was talking about this with the magistrate the other night about drones. Like, that's terrifying to me.
Yeah. It's a
Worrying
different
about
world.
a drone, I mean, I can't really imagine. I mean, I can kind of, but to me, it seems like one of the most terrifying things I've ever heard of.
Like how much of a disadvantage that is for the other team to have stuff like that.
Yeah, a drone, I couldn't even
What do you do? And it's like you would think it would speed wars up, right? Because a war ends whenever people are tired of their civilians getting killed. Because people know soldiers are supposed to, you know what I mean? It's easier for a government to be like, oh, well, we lost this many soldiers. But if civilians are getting like, eventually some leader's going to say, okay, this is enough, right? We never ever get to a point where it's like, I mean, we were told that we did in the Revolutionary War, but regardless, it's like we never get to a point where it's like, oh, okay, we did this, we're just going to stop. It's somebody has to give up. It's like two brothers quarrel or something.
Yeah.
Like there's no, like, it's always, well, they're just tired of their civilians getting killed. And most of the time they're going to lose power. So they're like, oh, we got to stop this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wars.
Yeah.
And I'm not like totally against war or anything like that. Like I know it's necessary, but it's just what it's become is like ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. Like that's the thing is like with a drone, like it could be anything, anywhere, anytime. You know what I mean?
That kind of pissed me off at first watching the Ukraine war. It's like,
yeah,
all these dudes excited that they just killed like all these Russians with a drone, and it's like, I don't know, I don't like that.
Yeah, you played Call of Duty.
Yeah,
with real people. That's like not okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, they don't have near as many people or resources, and
yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's a good tactic.
Yeah,
I hate it, but it's a good tactic.
It's interesting to see, like, one of my favorite aspects of it, and it's saying my favorite aspect of it, it sounds awful, but if we don't learn from something like this, then like you've like really wasted like human lives. So there's a lot of footage of it, and it's interesting to me to see like TCCC type of skills at work in real life. Like I got to see a video the other day from the Ukraine conflict where they brought a guy in and like he's got a gunshot wound to the leg, and like they do the full workup on him. They've got the tourniquet on. Like you see them go through the whole process. They're like pressure dressing it. Hurry up, get the tourniquet off. We don't want him to lose the leg. And then they're like pushing TXA. Like to me, that's really interesting to see. Sort of something that for most of us is only kind of theory, and like you see it like in the academy or
and
whatever.
That's the thing too, is like it depends on how it's explained to you, because that's where it came from.
Well, it's a different environment too.
Yeah, but that's where it ccame from. That's where we get TCCC and everything we do as cops is like it comes from the battlefield. You know what I mean? So you're just seeing something that's always gone on, or not always gone on.
But it's the first time you're seeing it in 4K on somebody's GoPro on their helmet. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's strange. We should clarify what TCCC is. That's Tactical Combat Casualty Care. That's like field medicine in a conflict.
Yeah. And it's like, that's a double-edged sword, because it affirms to us, like, okay, we know we have some tactics that could save lives, but then again, it's desensitizing. Like, people shouldn't have to see that.
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing. Like, if I had a gripe or a complaint, it's like, about what we do for a living, it's not normal to see death that much. You know what I mean? And I don't mean like horrific, like whatever, like it doesn't have like traumatic, right?
Yeah.
But just death in general, as a human, you're not supposed to see that all the time. Like something that happens, like,
or like we could make it simpler than death. It's hard to see that much grief.
Yeah.
Because even when you go to like a hospice patient, like it's not that sad. Like they probably lived a pretty full life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not traumatic. They didn't get their head blown off. They didn't die in a car accident. But still, to see that kind of human emotion of like the family's there.
Yeah.
And you can feel that like grief in the air. And you do that over and over again. You're always like exposed to that like gut wrenching like grief.
Well, and you grieve too. Like there's not been a single death scene I've went to where I had to speak with the family afterwards or whatever, right? Like, I mean, there's some that you go to, it's like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to see anybody. I didn't have to, you know what I mean? So it's like, but whenever you see a mom or a daughter or a dad or a son or like whatever, a family member, it's impossible for you not to feel what they're feeling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to the same extent, by no means.
Yeah.
But you get a little dose of that every time.
Have you ever seen the movie Bringing Out the Dead with Nick Cage?
Mm-mm.
So he plays a paramedic in that movie.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting line that I found really cool where he says that after a while he figured out that his job as a paramedic was less about like actually affecting an outcome. It was more about bearing witness. And he said that he felt like he was a grief mop.
Yeah.
Like he was just there to bear witness and then like kind of like mop up like this grief and like he absorbed that.
Yeah.
And that's like such an interesting aspect of it. And if you can like turn that into finding some kind of meaning, like I think that's really important, especially for like new guys to like understand like if you can find meaning in being there for the family or just some kind of meaning on that scene, like I think it will affect people a lot less.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that it would affect them less. It'll just be easier to carry.
For sure. Maybe
'Cause, like-
affect them less wasn't the right thing, but
I get what
easier
you
to
mean.
carry makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's actually something that I talked to my therapist about. I go to therapy, everybody. It's
You
not
didn't have to say it.
it's
like
not
that.
like a stigma. It's cool. It's good for you. It's life-saving. But like my therapist was explaining to me, like trying to find meaning, like some of like the like spicier memories that I've had, like trying to assign some sort of like value
Yeah.
to what I did there, like really kind of shifts the way that you think about some of those like harder calls that you've had.
Yeah, I get that.
It's interesting.
And I also think just being aware, right? Because in the academy or whatever, or in like leading up to doing what we're doing, like you think about chasing cars, you think about fighting people, you think about getting the bad guy. You know what I mean? You think
Yeah.
about having a good time, and it's like 20%
Yeah.
max, maybe 10% of the job. That's what you do,
Yeah.
and it's like the rest of the time we don't talk about the shit that's gonna bother you.
Yeah,
You know what I
nobody
mean?
nobody told me that I was going to be going to drown kids,
Yeah.
hung teenagers,
Yeah.
and people that shot themselves with
Yeah.
every different type of gun.
And then nobody tells you that it's all right to not process all that, I guess would be the term.
Yeah.
It's correctly.
And even when they do tell you about it, I think a lot of people that, even a lot of the people that will tell you that, don't actually know how to deal with it yet.
Mhm.
So they tell you all this horrific stuff, but there's never like a follow up with like, here's how you deal with that when you go through the same things I went through.
Well, and I think that they don't even know that that's something they have to deal with.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like see, I mean like
Like
there's
those thoughts afterwards.
Yeah,
When you get home and you go, man, that was crazy.
well, and like think about all the tragic incidents that have happened to you personally, not that you've been on Cena, but as you as a person, like
Yeah.
as Booger. And it's like the weight of that grief is unreal and how quick it comes back, right? Like that
Yeah.
situation's going to come back to thought a lot quicker than a good one. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And it's like we're getting a little dose of that every single time we go to something. And it's so like, I don't really know the term. I guess I would say like just under discussed, maybe like not
Yeah.
under acknowledged, whatever.
Absolutely.
But like,
Because nobody wants to seem like the guy that isn't carrying the weight well. Like we all have this
Yeah.
like picture in our mind that like if you like we're like carrying grief with you, like you want to look like a stud, like you're doing like a farmer carry,
yeah,
and you can just walk around with that all day, and
Mhm.
it's not even heavy, dude. You got this. But like none of us can do that. Grief is way heavier than like grief and like this trauma and stuff.
Mhm.
It's too heavy. And the
Yeah.
thing is, you don't have to carry it. You can set it down.
Yeah. Well, and the thing too is like you don't know that because you don't like we all say that we talk to each other and stuff,
Yeah.
but I know that I talk about everything that I feel just because I just whatever. If somebody thinks I'm
I
weird,
don't.
then I do.
I don't.
I do. Like especially to new people.
Yeah.
Like because I
That's
don't
who it matters to
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah, because my thing is like if you talk to someone who's been in it for a long time, and it's not all of them are not this way, but it's almost like they have this. I carried it. You should be able to.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like that's not the case, man, because you're not doing very well.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's like it's hard because we care about each other to say things like that if you're not like
Yeah, I mean, if they've been divorced 5 times and they're a severe alcoholic, I don't think they carried it.
Like you can like notice those kinds of things even in like people's health. Like you look at like the physical shape there, and you look at like you can kind of give it the eye test, and you go,
Yeah.
yeah, your adrenal system's fried. You've got way too much cortisol in your body. Like you're barely awake at all times. Like you're obviously not okay. And we talk about people like that die after retiring. Like
Yeah.
if you don't like legitimately, if you don't figure out some way to deal with that stuff, it wrecks your body, like even on a physical level.
Well, and it's got to be some way that's healthy. You know what I mean? Because we can all deal with stuff. Like, I mean, you
Yeah.
can go out and do some, like, you can get drunk or party or whatever to get your mind off of it and like ride that high or like chase after women or whatever the case may be. Everybody's got
Yeah.
something that they could go to that's not.
Yeah.
But,
Everybody
like-
finds some way to numb it.
Yeah. But it's, or to like get your mind off it. Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you get your mind off of it for that short time, we're chasing that dopamine and it's like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. I knew I was fine, you know? And
Yeah.
it's like, no, you ain't.
It's like as soon as you're not riding that high, you're home alone.
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting on the couch, nothing to do, and then it comes back to you and you're like in this like crisis.
Yeah.
And you probably don't even recognize it's a crisis.
Yeah. See, for me, and that's where like I guess I deal with it a little bit differently, is like I would either call somebody or go to them right then.
Yeah.
Because luckily, especially like on our squad that we had, and it's like I could say anything to you guys.
Yeah.
And it's like that is what helped me. Otherwise I'd be doing who knows what, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like that and realizing that I could like I know people say give it all to God, right? And it's like it's real easy to say give it all to God and then be like, "Oh, I prayed about this and nothing's happening." You know what I mean? Like nothing's happening. But it's like to find reassurance in him saying, "Don't worry, like everything's going to be okay." That's where I felt like I finally gave it to God. You know what I mean? Like regardless of what all's wrong or what's going on or like all the evil that we see or all the death that we see, it's like he promised us it was going to be okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fine. Like
Absolutely.
he didn't promise that it was going to be easy. He didn't promise that you were going to be happy or joyful all the time. But he promised that we didn't have to worry and he was going to take care of it.
Yeah.
And that's, for me, that was the ultimate reassurance for me.
And for some people, like that's enough. But
Yeah.
everybody's different.
Exactly.
Like
exactly.
It's also interesting learning about like adverse childhood experiences and like the structure of your life up until like the beginning of your service also affects the way that you perceive events and like the things that bother you and like
Oh yeah.
the way you deal with those things. So like if you had a crazy childhood, you're like extra screwed.
Yeah. Or
And,
not
like-
necessarily crazy, but you may not even know that it was abnormal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because there is no definitive normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something for me that could be tough could be super easy for you to deal with. You know what I mean? Or you to deal with. And it's like so easy to like you said, bring that weight to the job and like you see things that you don't even know remind you of stuff that you dealt with in your childhood. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Well, talking about trauma and the way you handle it, I think I'm on the opposite side of that, where it's like I'm getting to the point where I'm like, damn, dude, that should bother me. It's bothering me that I don't care about that at all.
That's
Because
happened to me before.
Because I want to.
Yeah.
I want to be upset about that. I think
Yeah.
I should be going home and going, damn, that was really sad. But I'm just like, it's just another day.
Well, and I don't know that you're not that way. You're probably just numb to it a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Honestly.
also like one of the major symptoms of PTSD is compassion fatigue. So like there comes a point where like it's just too hard to like keep caring about people. So you kind of just shut that off.
Mm.
It's wild. Like
I
really
care
crazy.
about people. I just don't care about all the emotions and everything they've got invested in the situation. I'm just like,
well, and it's
looking at it from the outside, it's easy for me to say, this is really stupid and y'all need to get over it. That's the problem is you.
Yeah.
well, that's because whatever you've had to face that is that way emotionally, you've probably said that to yourself.
Yeah. I
Like
said
this
that
is
to my
stupid.
wife.
This is stupid. I
Yeah.
need to get over this or
That-
whatever.
We
Like
just argued about this recently. Sorry, babe. I'm going to tell everybody our business.
Well, and it's not necessarily telling everybody that you're in your wife's business as much as it is like if you feel that way, that's your like defense to it.
Yeah, we're arguing over. I mean, I can't remember exactly what it was, but basically, something happened, and I don't ever think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal to her.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is not something we should be like upset over.
Well, and
this
in your
is
head,
stupid.
you're like, this is stupid.
This is really
Yeah.
stupid. We should just get over it.
Yeah.
Like, and I said, like, we're kind of acting like people on calls, like being upset over something stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to bother like
Mhm.
responding to this.
Which in that moment for her is a big problem.
Right.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it was.
I handled it wrong.
Well, I wouldn't say that you handled it wrong, but you handled it the way that you've trained yourself to handle things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is being numb to them. Because for me, the first time that happened with me, like being numb to something or whatever, I still remember the first time I ever pointed a gun at somebody. Didn't think twice about it. Guns pointed right at him. I think of it like I literally like I'm this guy's about to run somebody over. I'm brand new to can't think of all of like I'm still an FTO. Like I can't think of all of the things that are going on around me and like what's the best outcome. So I'm like I'm gonna have to kill this guy because he drops his hands down and I thought he was reaching for a gun. That's what it looked like because he reached for his waistband. So like slacks pulled out of the trigger and everything. And then luckily when they go to pull him out, like I'm right at the front corner of the car. They go to pull him out and it's like I could see both of his hands and there's nothing there. There's nothing in the waistband. So I was like, whew, thank God.
Yeah.
And we get him out. And it's like we get done, I do my thing, and I was like, oh yeah, dude, it's badass. You know, we pinned him in. It was like, oh, you know? And it's like you think it's the coolest thing ever. And then I get home and talking about divorces, I was with the boy's mom at the time still. And I'm like, I'm telling her, and she's like blown away. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? It's badass.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Am I okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, I just don't know. I could have stayed there all day, you know. And I'm here. I am, and I was working evenings at the time, and it's like 3 a.m. and I'm telling her the story because we did all the paperwork, and I'm like, oh, it's so awesome, you know, blah blah blah. I didn't even want to leave, and then like, here goes rolling around to 6 o'clock, and I've been up since like 9, and I don't even really realize it, and it's like, I was like, damn. I started thinking about what she said because regardless of what you think, I kind of gave a shit sometimes. So, but. I was like, she's right. That should bother me.
Yeah.
I almost had to kill somebody, you know, or at least shoot at him. You know what I mean? Like, and I was okay. Like, I just did it.
Yeah.
I never in my life had I pointed a gun at somebody before that. And I could have killed that guy. Didn't think twice about it. Which granted, it's because it's, you know, I knew he was putting lives in danger, right? Like we've got him pinned in there and he's like melting the tires off and we're in the middle of town. So there's people everywhere. Like, I'm not saying it was 100% would have been justified if I did shoot him right then, which I didn't. You know, there was there had to be some sort of intervention there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that about the last pursuit, but maybe a little too fresh.
Yeah. This is like, I'm talking about something happened 8 years ago,
yeah.
you know? So we're in the clear. but like, it was just, it's wild to me that quick. We're talking about I am an FTO in 2018. And it's like already it was shut off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're talking about somebody who got most caring in kindergarten. I have the certificate. You know? Like and it was just gone. And it's like I think it's like we're like, oh, it's the job. Whenever really it's like our overwhelming sense of protection for the public is what needs to have the light shown on it right there. Right? Because right there in that moment, and honestly, I've never even looked at it until right now in this second that way. But like, that's why. The amount that we care about people far outweighs the fact of how we care about ourselves and self-preservation, you know?
Yeah.
That's why everybody's got to have that normal anchor person.
Yeah.
That's my brother because he's like way more sensitive. He's the anti-me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I tell him something. He's like, God, that's awful. And I'm like, I thought it was cool as shit.
Yeah. Well, and your perspective's going to change. You know what I mean? Like, we've got kids. Every incident you have with them, not incident, but everything you do with them, it's going to do something, you know? It's going to bring up something back there. And maybe, I mean, I don't know, I'm not an expert or anything, but like maybe that's why you feel like you don't have emotions is because you're worried about them. I don't know,
Maybe.
but because I was worried about it, the lack thereof. I guess I was worried about that because I was like, damn, that ain't normal. You know, that's not normal. But at the same time, somebody who's seen everything that you've seen, right? Because yours far outweighs mine, and it's like,
I think trauma's trauma.
yeah, I do too. And I think it doesn't have to be physical trauma to a body. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't expect all the suicides. That's not something I considered when I got this job.
All the suicides that happen in the public, or all the suicides that happen in law enforcement. Like
both.
oh yeah,
But I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't really experienced a whole lot of law enforcement. The public. I mean, just like call wise.
Yeah.
That's not something that I watching cops at home. 90s cops where they're like slinging people over the hood of Crown Vics and it makes that cool thumping sound.
and dude, like
Yeah.
That's
if
not something I
you-
considered.
deal with one that, I mean, they're all tragic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially younger people. But like one that is law enforcement, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so like you almost feel like a different sense of responsibility that you had for that person. And it's like it sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nobody ever gets you ready for that. And it doesn't matter if it's your buddy or like veterans. Like they do it.
Yeah.
So
You know
like,
what I mean? Like, and it's like, where does that come from?
Yeah.
yeah. So like, not law enforcement, but like, I had a buddy kill himself,
Yeah.
and like us being law enforcement, like we're like hyper responsible. Like anytime we do anything, especially if things go wrong, it's well, I should have done this, or I could have done that, or there's something I could have done different.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, like I hadn't talked to this guy, my friend, in like a couple years.
Yeah.
But when I was back home in Louisiana, we were close. Like that was my
Mhm.
boy. Loved this man.
Yeah.
Like he changed my life and like shaped like a big part of the person that I am today.
Yeah.
Like a huge influence on my life. And like there's just those questions you ask yourself. Like you start to like kind of roll it back in your mind, like, when was the last time I talked to him? Like, why haven't I reached out to him? Like, is there something I could have said that would have like changed this outcome?
Mm-hmm.
Like it gets like intense, dude. Like that sucks.
Well, and I think that's kind of amplified for us too, because we
Yeah.
see so much of it. We see what every person wonders about their kid or their friend or their parent.
Yeah.
We see what everybody wonders about their sibling or about their buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'll be asked questions by someone who lost somebody that I would have never thought of myself, you know?
Yeah.
And what do you do? We're always told it's the job, you know what I mean? Which luckily at our agency, on a lighter note, it seems like we deal with things a lot better than we used to. Like just
Yeah.
in the time that I've been here, it went from, now it wasn't bad, but it was like everybody wanted to be the cool dude who could handle everything.
Yeah.
And now it's like everybody, like peer support and stuff like that is encouraged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, it's not cool to be the dude who is a badass every single time. All
Yeah,
the
of
time.
course.
I mean, I guess
I don't feel
depending
like
on how you look at it.
anybody that I know here acted like that at all.
No.
I mean, I was about to just start sitting by myself and drinking myself away.
Yeah.
Then you showed up to my house every day, and I'm like, this dude said doesn't really like me. I know that. And then
He was a little abrasive at first, folks.
I've never abrasive.
I'm not. But anyway,
But
go ahead.
yeah, you come and get me every day, and then Zach
Yeah.
all the time reaching out.
That's what we're
It's
supposed to
It's
do.
totally different.
Yeah.
Totally and completely different. Did it the best way.
See, and that's one of my favorite things about where we work. Like, do we get to still be cops? Yeah, that's cool. But the overwhelming sense of love in our agency and around our agency,
Mm-hmm.
I was never prepared for that.
No.
That's what got me.
Yeah.
And I know we can't talk about a lot of it, but like after that one critical incident like that, the public,
Yeah.
like, wow,
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was
Like,
cool
it's
to feel
literally
that
giving-
support.
Yeah, it's giving me chills right now thinking about it. Coming
Yeah.
over the, you know what I mean?
Coming
Like,
over the hill and everybody was lined up and they
Yeah.
had the flags out and everything, and that got me, dude.
Yeah. And it's like, we have the best agency, hands down,
Yeah.
Yeah.
without a doubt. And it's like, it's because we're good within, we're good around us. Like, yeah, we deal with crap and we give each other a hard time, but
Yeah.
all right. You guys got anything else?
I don't really have anything else to add.
No.
I don't either.
I think that's a wrap, folks.
Yeah. Guys, we love you. Thank you for sticking around this long. If you did, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, all that jazz. We're going to keep this going, and we're really trying to develop it for you guys in the community. That's what we're trying to do, is like provide value. So if you see something that is, let us know. If you see something that's not, let us know. But thank you.
Hell yeah.